gentlemen, let's get the show started. So our first topic, evolution of gaming. That should get us all in the spirit right now.
Oh yeah.
Evolution of gaming. Let's go way back to the 90s, way back to the PlayStation 1, the classics. How has things progressed? What is the difference now?
Well, graphics, of course.
Graphics.
Yeah. In terms of gaming, it's improved graphically a lot. Like, not graphically as in it's brutal. I mean, like, graphically. I mean, that too, but, like, it's improved graphically as in, like, aesthetics. And, like, we've also gotten, like games have been able to handle a lot more in terms of, like, memory and stuff, like, and, like, story and stuff like that. It's, like, for example, like, Batman Arkham Knight. One of the reasons it only came out on the PS4 was because the PS3 couldn't handle the Batmobile. True story.
Really?
Yeah, legit, true story.
Huh.
So, like, that's why it only came out on PS4. So, like, we can see, like, as time went on, like with movies, they've been able to do a lot more.
Yeah, I think, definitely if we're looking at, like, what the game is going to evolve into, it's, like, obviously, in terms of graphics, like, the maximum abilities, it's going to look like real life. Like, that's what we're going to lead up to. It's, like, the maximum we can do. You're not going to be able to tell the difference between reality and the game.
So is that an issue now where we reached a stage where, like, we have reached the maximum limit? Can there be any more?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think we have reached the maximum limit, because definitely you can still tell, although they're getting very close, like, with, like, all these realistic animations, and it's like, you can even see they make movies and such with, like, with these new graphical capabilities, where it's, like, almost real life. But it's still in that, like, uncanny valley of where they're not getting things that are, like, indistinguishable, but definitely, like, in the next 50 years, maybe, we're going to get to that point.
So it's more of like a Nintendo Switch thing, like, yeah, we reached the graphical limit, but we can still do other innovations, like Nintendo Switch innovations, or like what Nintendo does best, have like 2 screens at once, or like have motion controls. So I feel like we have reached a stage now where, like, virtual reality is like the new thing.
Yeah,
it's like
definitely that's the evolution.
Right,
if
we're
we're gonna look long term in the future, all games. And no, it's gonna be exactly like Sword Art Online, where they put on the Game Gear headset or whatever, right? And it's like you're basically just in that world. So I think that's like the far reaches, the end point of video gaming.
Yeah,
it's going to be VR. We're going to be able to do anything, and it's like
and no controls or nothing.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be like in.
You get to
there.
feel the bullets.
And also I was thinking, like, once they develop VR enough, you could basically play other consoles in VR. So it's like you go into your VR headset, and then you like load up a world or whatever, and you're playing your PS4, your Nintendo Switch in the VR, right? So it's like you can play anything within that world, kind of, right?
Amy, you want to add something?
The video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're basically video
like,
gamers,
what's that? Oh, that's like Ready Player One, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, we've touched upon, like, virtual reality, and we've touched upon innovations, but, like, how are things, like, what were things before that were available that are not now?
Like, what do you mean?
I mean, like, before, there was no DLC, obviously. There was no DLC.
Yeah, I feel like...
PS2 days, you plug in a CD, no loading times at all.
That's kind of a de-evolution.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I've noticed that, like, while games have become a lot more fun and have, like, a lot more, like, stuff to do and whatnot, it's also become, like, more of a business in a sense, where, like, instead of a lot of things, you can, like...
Everything has been, like, quantified.
You can, like... Pretty much you can buy your way out of something.
How much story? Okay, $5 for the next story DLC.
I mean, like, I personally, I don't hate DLC, but, like, it can be used right. But, like,
DLC done right is like Witcher 3, 10 DLCs are free, and then, like, 1 or 2, like, they earned their right. The customers trust them.
Yeah, Witcher 3 is a great example, and, like, DLC can be done right, but, like, there's also a point where, like, it feels like it might get to a point where you can, like, either buy your way out of something in a game, or you're only buying half the game. You have to buy the other half, like
it just feels really stupid where, like, certain games where, some players, they buy $20, they buy this weapon, and it gives them, like, an unfair advantage over certain players.
Pay to win. Some of them are literally just coming, like, like, have you guys heard in the new Battlefront? They have, like, crates or whatever, right? And
With
the-
Battlefront 1 or
Well,
No,
they
the
need-
new one, the new one.
First
Yeah.
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 that's
Battlefront
coming
2.
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
about to come out, right?
Well, I heard they scraped it off because of controversy.
Oh, really? Yeah, because
Yeah.
there was a huge
There was a huge
controversy.
backlash.
Literally, it's just like these crates. The upgrades
Yeah.
were just straight up. You're
Yeah.
better. Like there's like make your character stronger.
And also,
whatever,
you
can buy
exactly, and you reached that point too. Spot on. Also, that other thing we have to touch upon is this model of the free to play model.
it. Mm.
I feel like it's a very superficial thing. You know, when you see free to play, it's like you think it's good, but when you actually play it, there's so many microtransactions just
Oh, yeah,
all over,
yeah.
especially with Android games. You know, it's everywhere. Like with Modern Combat 5, that
Mhm.
game, man.
Yeah.
It's almost come to the point where it's like free to play games are costing you more than
Yeah.
the straight up pay $70 because
Right.
like in the long run you're going to be spending more.
Like I'd rather buy the $60 and not have to buy anything else than
Yeah,
have
exactly.
the free to play and then have 10, 20, 30 for every
But
single
that
player.
being said, every AAA game nowadays, you do have the initial like $80-$70
Yep.
plus they're adding the free to play stuff.
Okay.
Like they're adapting the free to play model even though they have the base price. So it's like
Okay.
all the, like new Call of Duty, whatever.
Yeah.
You can still buy
Yeah,
skins. in it.
a little good example of that would actually be, have you guys heard of Shadow of Mordor, right?
Mm.
Shadow
do, you know
of Mordor.
do you know the sequel to that, Shadow of War?
Shadow
Yeah.
War.
Yeah, Shadow of War. Like my friend, has Shadow of War. He says like the gameplay's fun and everything, but like he says like the microtransactions in the game, they made the game so hard and like you have to grind so much to the point where like it's kind of like pressuring you to buy the game.
Yeah, they're trying to make it so it's like you have that incentive to buy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To spend more.
yeah, because like it's like a grind fest in that game. I heard so like my friend owns it, so like it's crazy, really.
But I mean, it's like a win-win, lose-lose situation. I mean, like they wanna make a living. They wanna like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes games are not selling well, and with
Mhm.
the DLCs and microtransactions, it's a way for them like as a like contingency plan, just in case. But for us, we're not satisfied with their status quo,
Mm.
so it's like a
Yeah.
win-win, lose-lose. Though. So I mean, it's a hard thing to really solve, really, you know.
Yeah,
Yes.
we kind of have to like vote with our wallets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't believe like even Nintendo has stepped in as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean Mario Odyssey that doesn't have any like
DLC.
Mario
DLC
doesn't have.
and
kind of
like
stuff.
Breath of the Wild has
Microtransactions?
DLC, but
Breath
like,
of the Wild
the
has
day
DLC.
Nintendo adds microtransactions to like Mario games,
Yeah.
that'll be a sad day.
Yo.
It's already
Yoshi
a sad day
DLC.
that the fact that they have mobile games, Mario mobile games.
Yeah.
Like, I never
was
thought-
that Mario Run? Was
Yeah,
that?
No,
Mario
yeah,
Run.
yeah.
Because I never thought that was gonna happen.
they
ever.
snaked.
Yeah, man.
They say it's the
They're
game
getting
spree,
desperate, man.
and you get like after finish one level, you have to pay for the rest.
No, that's
They also
snake,
had
man.
that Fire Emblem Fates.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Fates.
Was that?
Or- no, they had a Fire Emblem game on the phone. Was that
Yeah.
Fates or was it?
I don't think. No, it wasn't Fates. It was something else. I forgot.
I know they have a Fire Emblem game on the
They
phone.
do.
It's like,
They
and
do.
it's like you have,
Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors.
you have to collect all the like characters.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there's microtransactions in there.
Okay. And also talking about evolution of gaming, which generation do you guys classify as one of the best? You know, like
Mm.
I think it's 6th generation. That's PS2.
6th generation's PS2.
I'm just like going on a.
That seems way too.
Huh.
Okay. So PS2, Game Boy,
Okay.
and the GameCube. That's one generation.
Mm.
And the PS3, Xbox 360. That's another generation.
Yeah.
PS4, and Xbox One. That's like the current generation.
I'm gonna say my favorite was the PS2, original Xbox,
Okay.
and GameCube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it to that one.
Yeah.
I
That-
had
What
the
made
most
it
like
so-
classics.
yeah. Exactly.
Well-
For me. Alright, you go ahead.
Yeah, there was Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo, right?
I was
Huh?
gonna.
That was previous. Yeah, previous.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say
guys don't
for
like
me.
that? Like, oh.
It has to be either a tie between the Nintendo 64 because I had my most memories in that,
Yeah.
and like,
Super Smash on that was.
yo, that was lit.
Yeah.
You know what? No, it's Nintendo 64.
You can't forget about the Super game in Nintendo 64. That open world Superman game.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Wasn't that game like so bad or something?
Wait, but
Exactly.
like it was revolutionary for its time. Like,
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Yeah, I heard it was still bad.
By
though.
the way, the Arkham people, they're making an open world Superman.
No,
game.
that's a
It's
rumor. That's
it's
a rumor. I
But
hope
like-
I hope it's true though, because I
but,
really
like,
want one. I
imagine,
really want
like,
one.
It's the Batman Arkham people.
I mean, like-
that'd be pretty dope.
Speaking of which, I also have to say, like, I feel like the PS3 and 360 era and the PS3 360 era was also pretty good because
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
because
definitely.
it did give us a lot of games.
Also,
Like,
like the Wii would be included in that.
Yeah, the
right?
Wii
And
would-
it's
yeah.
like, that's wasn't it, it's like the most highest selling console of all time.
Such a
Really?
weird thing because like it's part of the 7th generation,
Yeah.
but like at this, it's like 6.
Yeah, it was like kind of Nintendo always does that. Where
Yeah.
it's like PlayStation or Sony and Microsoft always are like competing with each other, so they're gonna
Yeah.
release it in the same year. And then Nintendo does kind of this weird thing where they release it like in between the
In between,
generations,
yeah.
kind of because they had the Wii and the Wii U both technically
They're
in the
basically
lifetime
living
of
in
the
their own
PlayStation 3 and
time. They don't
Xbox.
really care. They're just like FU graphics.
Yeah,
They don't care.
which I
Yeah.
can respect that because
Yeah.
for me, I would prioritize the gameplay over the
Right.
graphics.
So would I.
But like
Yeah.
a certain point with like Nintendo, like just like markedly speaking, yeah, they have all these big franchises like Metroid and Zelda, but like eventually, they need to invite the first party studios like
Yeah.
They need
Battlefield
third
and
party,
COD.
Mhm.
Because with the Wii U, they're like, all right, so we're having a Battlefield game. To this day, we still not have a single Battlefield game in
Yeah.
the Wii U. You know,
Definitely, they always advertise that like at the
Yeah.
start. Like at the start of the Wii U, I remember they had Call of Duty, Black
Right.
Ops 2 on that,
Yeah.
and then but
Yeah.
then the next Call of Duty game they didn't have, and so
Yeah.
it's like they're kind of like half-assing it, where it's
Exactly.
like they don't go all the way.
yeah,
My bad.
yeah, no, it's yours.
That's it.
Yeah, it's spot on because I don't know if it's like a relation wise or people have a beef with Nintendo,
Yeah.
but every time there's like a port
Mm-hmm.
from like PS4, Xbox, it's always like, as you said, like it's half baked, like FIFA 17, or even like a Skyrim, for instance.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh,
lot
is
of
that
this-
out on the Switch yet?
Yeah, and even I heard like some games, like they run at like, oh, for instance, like Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 2.
Mm-hmm.
That game runs at 60 frames per second on PS4, Xbox One, but
Yeah.
on Nintendo Switch, it runs at 30 frames per second.
Yeah. that's
What is the
disappointing.
excuse now? Like, I don't understand.
Exactly, especially because the Switch came out after those
Yeah.
consoles, so it's like.
And the
they're going
fact that like
backwards.
like the people that made the Nintendo Switch, I swear it was like the Nvidia people.
Mm.
These are people that made like these high like they made
High
the
quality
PS4
stuff,
high
yeah.
quality PCs.
Yeah.
So like I don't understand.
Nintendo's not keeping up in that respect.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Nintendo's still having a few good games. Like,
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are blowing me away.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
And also just lastly, I just want to touch upon like portable gaming, handheld gaming. How far have we come from there?
Mm.
From the days of like the Nintendo Game Boy to PSP, PS Vita.
I feel like we've gone pretty. It's been interesting because, like,
Yeah.
with the Nintendo Switch, it's like it's
Yeah.
a bit of both.
It's the
Yeah.
hybrid.
It's a hybrid, yeah, and
With
like
a 3-hour battery.
oh, yeah, 3 hour battery, and like other portable gaming, like it's doing like the DS is always doing like decent, and
Yeah.
I feel like portable gaming is more of Nintendo's domain. in a
Yeah,
sense.
for
It's
sure.
Because like if we look at the PS Vita, they didn't do really well. Like it only had like.
Subjectively, bro.
But like, yo, bro, the PS Vita only had like a few good games on that.
Domestically, it was doing terrible, but like if you look at like internationally, even in Japan, like in Japan right now, it's still popular. Like games like Gundam,
What's still popular in Japan?
PS Vita,
PlayStation
like
Vita, yeah.
like domestically, because the thing with the Vita, the its saving feature is that it doesn't have any like internationally locked games. Like if you buy a game from Japan, you can play that game in here as well. So it's a saving grace.
Oh.
So in a way, if like people, what they do, they import certain games from Japan. Like a lot of games, like for example, Persona 5,
Mm.
Persona 4, that's really popular. It's one
Yeah.
of the best games.
Best-selling game.
Yeah, like
Vita.
RPGs, that's where Vita is king.
Mm-hmm.
RPGs.
I mean, like.
But like 3DS, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Nintendo's more strong when it comes to portable. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like there have been other good portable games.
Which is funny because like at 2011, I was literally laughing because like I was just like, ha, 3D, like what are they gonna do? And because like, and then I was like, Vita Revolution, dual analog sticks, like touchpad in the back, 6-axis motion sensor. They're going all out.
Yeah,
And then
I was
just
in the
like-
exact same boat.
Yeah.
I was like on the PS Vita
Yeah,
side.
and
for
at
sure.
that time I had no iPod, right? I had no phone. I was like, for me, this was like my phone. This was my iPod Touch.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
Speaking
then-
of phones,
Yes.
in my opinion, I think that's going to be the evolution of
Oh yeah.
portable gaming.
You think
That
so?
is
Razr,
actually true.
Razr. You guys
That's
hear about the Razr phone?
No, is it like a
Yes, it's
gaming
gonna be a
phone?
phone. It's like it's supporting gaming.
Oh, yeah?
It's like
Yeah.
it's pretty much a gamer phone. But
Oh
like,
man,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna
like,
cost a lot.
but that's gonna. Yeah, it will. Like it's £699 or something like that.
Oh jeez.
But like, yeah, I see what you mean. Because like a lot of games are like Nintendo is like making a lot of mobile
Yeah,
games
definitely.
like with Pokemon.
But there's always a debate that no matter how advanced phones get, people are still gonna like, Because like if you play games for a long time on your phone, it's gonna get heated.
Yeah.
So people are always gonna because it's a phone, it's a touchscreen,
Uh-huh.
and with the something like portable gaming, like a 3DS, it has like traditional buttons,
Yeah.
and people are
Definitely.
always gonna prefer that.
It's like a lot more comfortable to use.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
And
physical
with
buttons.
the phone, like it takes up a lot of the screen estate.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe
you
we're gonna
can't-
see some kind of like attachments come out for like Samsung
Oh yeah,
or
yeah,
iPhones.
Samsung, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Okay.
speaking of portable, do you
Yes.
guys think that Sony's gonna come out with another portable device? Or is the PlayStation Vita kind of their last one?
I mean, as a
I
Vita
think they might
fan,
bring out something.
economically speaking, I don't
PS
see.
Vita 2.0.
Economically speaking, just market-wise, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Mm.
But I feel like if I know Sony and Nintendo, there's a lot of competition.
Yeah.
So I feel like PS5, they're gonna have like a thing where it's like they're gonna have like a Vita 2.0, but they're gonna release it simultaneously with the console.
Yeah, they kind of tried to do that with the PS Vita, where they were
Yeah.
trying to like kind of advertise it with the PS4. I know you could do like cross-play with them, but they don't think they used it to its full effect.
But like I had a dream where like a sequel to Vita.
I
where
have a
like-
dream.
but like it's like this is the Vita, and then you take it outside, and you somehow press a button, and then it just like turns into a controller.
Mm.
Oh.
For your PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that would be
something
great.
they did that
No,
with the.
no, like with the Wii U and the Nintendo
not only that,
DS.
but like with the there's like a concept with the Google phones
Mhm.
where like it was like a canceled project where like this is the phone,
Mhm.
and then you could like replace the battery.
you take it off.
You take it
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Like instead of like buying the whole phone, you just like replace some parts off.
Oh
If you
yeah,
don't want
Like
the
a- like-
camera,
like
you
a
take it
Lego.
off.
and it turns into
Yeah, like Lego blocks.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
modular phone. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that.
Wow, that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah, yeah.
interesting. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah. Okay,
That'll be
so
after a
any
long
any
time, though.
concluding statements? Amy, you have something to say.
That'll be after a long time if they were to do that. Like if you could just touch the PS Vita and just the whole console,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna happen for like another 20 years.
I think it depends on the popularity of the Switch, like
Yeah.
how well that does.
Okay.
If like the portable aspect of it is really being used, I
Yeah.
think definitely Microsoft and Sony are gonna look
Okay.
at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other concluding thoughts before we move to the next topic?
No, I think I agree.
Okay. The silence has answered that question. Okay.